Number 10. State of Decay. Zombie games are a dime a dozen, but State of Decay blends harsh open-world survival with a lived-in world.
Alright. Kinda hoping you'd forgotten about that.
Where State of Decay shines is in its ability to bring human stories and personalities to a great big open environment, all while preserving the survival tactics and gameplay that we love. The densely crafted single-player world lets players find small stories in the environment, as well as explosive high-octane situations. State of Decay channels everything you could expect from a zombie survival game into a package that's both exhilarating and grounded. Number 9. Terraria. Billed as a 2D Minecraft, Terraria gives players tools to create countless worlds and explore near infinite space. The core difference with Terraria, aside from its looks, is that a big part of the game's appeal is in its traditional structure. With Terraria, survival isn't about finding the resources to create the world, but making sure you have the right gear to tackle the game's many boss fights. Terraria strikes an impeccable balance. It's a wonderful survival game that lets you overcome obstacles with a friend. Number 8. The Long Dark, Alpha version. Surviving the Long Dark is a grueling uphill struggle.
Those who've survived have been brought to their knees. On their knees, they'll pray they make it through winter.
Despite its gorgeous, highly stylized visuals, The Long Dark is a realistic take on surviving the elements. In the frozen northern Canadian wilderness, you're forced to deal with wolves, snow, body heat, and even managing your caloric intake. Trudging through snowy hillsides, looking for a place to start a fire, and warming up are all core parts of the gameplay experience, and it is one of the most visceral and stressful survival simulations around.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
The Long Dark uses real-world obstacles to make its world feel threatening, and it's incredibly successful at that.
Remember who we were. Don't let this new world break you.
Number 7. The Forest, Alpha version, core survival experience. Don't panic, don't fret, don't fear, don't starve. The game's cartoony look, inspired by Edward Gorey, is deceiving. Don't Starve is actually a tough-as-nails survival game that has you running around feverishly collecting loot to build up your campsite before the sun sets. After that, it's all about surviving day by day, crafting whatever you can to last just one more night. Don't Starve is a deep game with rich mechanics and a great visual style. Number 5. This War of Mine.
We would do anything to stay alive.
This War of Mine deals with the cost of survival in a war-torn country. Tackling the civilian relationship with war, This War of Mine uses a thick black ink art style to set an oppressive mood for the game. The title's heavy themes make survival all the more brutal, while choices often distill down to whose life is the most valuable. This push and pull between pragmatism and ethics makes This War of Mine into one of the most heart-wrenching survival games ever made.
I will never forget those days. Things you see in war stay with you forever.
Number 4. Fallout New Vegas Hardcore Mode. The Fallout series is known for its savage, exhausting wastelands, but Fallout New Vegas lets players push their survival skills even further with its Hardcore Mode. With Hardcore Mode, radiation and hydration levels heal in real time, broken limbs need to be handled by a doctor, and even carrying bullets weighs the player down. The endurance needed to experience Fallout in this light gives new meaning to the iconic post-nuclear setting. It's an extraordinary survival experience inside an already amazing role-playing experience. Number 3. The Oregon Trail. 2, DayZ, Alpha version. The idea is simple, an open-world zombie game with permadeath, where you scour an online world for guns and gear and just try to survive. Originally a mod for Arma 2, the always-online nature blurs the lines between friend and foe that few other games can manage to replicate. In a lot of ways, DayZ is a dream scenario for a game. The open-ended nature of its gameplay means that the world is whatever you make it. There's an unparalleled sense of stress and anxiety in the survival here. DayZ has forever changed the way we think about the entire genre of games and our fellow players. Before we name our number 1 pick, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1, Minecraft.
This adventure, it's up to you.
The game that needs no introduction, Minecraft is a force unto itself.